A major construction project set to get underway in Manatee County. How the road work will affect your commute.
Sarasota police arrest a man charging him with attempted murder after police say he's linked to several recent shootings in Newtown. All the latest on the investigation just ahead.
And an investigation into the opioid crisis will take a closer look at an oversight by the federal government. Here's Suncoast News.
You're watching ABC 7 News at 6.
Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis.
And I'm Jacqueline Matter. Thanks for joining us. Topping our news tonight at 6, the man who police say is behind a recent shooting spree in Newtown is in police custody tonight.
The Newtown community hit with 4 shootings in just 5 days recently. Now police say they've arrested the man responsible for at least 2 of them. ABC 7's Jess Dowdrick joins us live from Tuttle Avenue in Sarasota tonight, where police say they caught this accused shooter. Jess?
It was here at this apartment complex that police say they arrested 32-year-old Joshua Bain. They say their investigation led them here, and eventually around 9 o'clock this morning, they took him into custody. Joshua Bain is being charged with attempted murder in at least 2 of 4 shootings that happened between May 8th and May 13th in Newtown. But detectives won't say which ones he's linked to, as their investigation is ongoing. Bain has a lengthy criminal record, part of the reason detectives say they're glad he's off of Sarasota streets. He's a 6-time convicted felon with more than 50 criminal charges in his past. Bain is being looked at as a suspect in the 2 unsolved shooting cases. Police recovered a firearm and ammunition when they arrested Bain. That will be tested to see if it was used in these shootings. But police are asking you, if you have any information, to please give them a call.
I think there should be some reassurance from some of the people that possibly could have witnessed these incidents, knowing that this individual is behind bars and in custody, may make them feel more comfortable coming forward.
This investigation is far from over. I'm told that it's unclear if Bain acted alone or if he acted with other people. That's why this investigation still is ongoing. Now, the victims, they were between the ages of 30 and 60. I'm told they are all expected to survive. Reporting live in Sarasota, Jess Dowdrick, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, Jess, thank you. New at 6, the FBI in Tampa says they've caught this man in the last hour. He's accused of robbing the Wells Fargo on Bee Ridge in Sarasota just 2 weeks ago. According to bank personnel, the suspect passed a note to a teller demanding cash and then ran away.
The diverging diamond on University Parkway and I-75 will officially be finished tomorrow, but soon a new project on yet another I-75 interchange will begin. The State Road 64 interchange is already under construction, and then in the fall, State Road 70 will be too. Both interchanges will get improvements to safety and how they operate. New auxiliary lanes will also be added to the interstate near State Road 64 to give drivers more room and time to merge on and off the highway.
Well, certainly we always try to minimize inconvenience, but certainly whenever there's construction in an area, we always encourage drivers to plan a little extra time in your commute, to be very careful of the workers. We always try to remind people that the men and women that are out there working on the roadside are working to make the road better for you.
The State Road 70 project will cost $106 million. Construction will start in the fall, and it's expected to be complete within 3 years.
The long-awaited roundabout on Ringling Boulevard and Orange Avenue is officially open. Today at around 2 p.m., construction workers cleared the scene and the first couple of cars made their way through the streets that have been closed for nearly 6 months. A sculpture from a Ringling arts student will soon be installed at the center of that roundabout island later this summer.
A relief to drivers who get around that area that you can get through there again.
Certainly.
All right, let's check our weather now with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. Bob, really nice day, I thought.
Yeah, kind of windy too, breezy. The low pressure area that's been driving all the storms around our area and along the east coast is now moving off to the north. It's starting to fill up too, meaning it's weakening. As it does so, though, we're still seeing that onshore flow. Had some showers around this morning, not many though. The winds out of the south, southwest, and 10 to 15, we've had gusts as high as 20 to 25 at times this afternoon. They're starting to calm down a little bit, but still out of the south, indicating we're going to get that moisture still sticking around now and again, and looks like a chance for some morning showers along the coast, and then the inland storms will be the main feature, it looks like, as we're seeing again today. Those bigger storms are heading away from the west coast of Florida. Currently, sunshine, it's nice, 82 degrees, and the relative humidity at 71%. Winds out of the south-southwest at the airport at 15 miles an hour. And the pressure, 29.92 inches, which is right there at standard pressure, it's called. Futurecast is showing showers developing later on tonight and then pushing on shore. As I mentioned, we'll have some overnight activity, it looks like. And even into the sunrise, we'll see some showers and storms around. Then the main focus will be later in the day, inland areas. More on the forecast for the rest of the week and into the weekend coming up in a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Bob. We'll talk to you soon. Happening tonight, people on the Suncoast will be joining hundreds across the world in protest of the U.S. Embassy moving from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. Dozens of Palestinians were killed this week when demonstrations near the Gaza border turned violent. The local protest is organized by a group called the Answer Coalition, whose aim is to stop war and end racism. That protest is scheduled to start at 7 o'clock and run until 8 p.m. tonight at Marina Jack.
Big blow to Venice High School's football program. One of its major financial donors is pulling its support following the firing of head football coach John Peacock. Bill Buck Chevrolet dropping its sponsorship of the program, and the dealer's owner is starting a petition now to try to have Peacock reinstated as head coach of the football team. School officials say they stand behind Peacock's firing after he liked a tweet that some viewed as racist.
You kind of would think that people just wouldn't care, but a lot of people care, and I think they care because of the kids. That's one thing I think that we've lost focus on is what's best for the kids.
School says they'll begin the search for a new head coach starting next week. Still to come in your Suncoast News, what the legalization of sports gambling could mean for the Sunshine State.
It's given the inmates the keys to the jail doors.
Plus, there are fentanyl drugs so powerful, the Food and Drug Administration created a program to regulate them, but an investigation found holes in that safety net.
Thank you. You got a king?
Go fish! In your face, in your face, in
It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
My credit score was not that great.
I didn't understand what went into my credit score.
It was overwhelming.
Do you want to attain better credit health but don't know where to start? Credit Sesame can help by providing you a free credit score.
I love the app. It's so easy to use. It's like having your own financial coach.
Credit Sesame broke my credit score down into things that I understood, and it made me think, I can do this.
And the awesome thing about Credit Sesame, it's free.
It's 100% free.
You don't need to go it alone. Get started today at creditsesame.com.
Get to Sunset Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat in Sarasota for big savings on new Ram trucks. The Ram 1500 has been named a Consumer Guide Best Buy for 6 years in a row. And right now, get the all-new redesigned 2018 Ram Quad Cab for as little as $23,999. Or save big and get up to $12,400 off a new Ram Bighorn Crew Cab. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat in Sarasota.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to Mesobook.com.
Picking out a new ceiling fan? That's a do-it-yourself. Installing your new ceiling fan?
No.
That's a don't do-it-yourself. For ceiling fans, rewires, or anything electrical, play it safe. And call on the trained electricians from your locally owned Mr. Sparky. It's no accident that so many of our customers are repeat customers. Trust Mr. Sparky for all your electrical repairs.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
The U.S. Supreme Court recently legalizing sports gambling across the nation. This ruling will now open the door for sports gambling for any state that wants to have it. There are a few states that already have a head start in their legislation. Associate Professor of Political Science at the New College of Florida, Frank Alcock, says that depending on what decision Florida makes, there may be some federal regulation coming down the pipeline, but the state would have to come up with a framework of rules and regulations.
What types of sports gambling or wagering is allowed, where it's allowed will be the important one, and then again all a taxing and a variety of other subsidiary questions that'll be determined by our state.
Annually, illegal sports betting amounts to a $150 billion industry. Alcock says the legalization would redirect gambling that occurs offshore to the states, bringing in revenue to Florida.
A Florida law that bans smoking medical marijuana is now being called unconstitutional. Today, a Leon County Circuit judge heard arguments that challenge a law that bans patients from smoking medical marijuana. Those who oppose the law say the smoking ban violates a 2016 constitutional amendment that broadly legalized medical marijuana. Supporters of the law say smoking is a health hazard. The judge ruling on this case is the same one that gave a Tampa man the go-ahead to grow his own marijuana. The state has appealed that ruling, and now that case may be headed to the Florida Supreme Court.
Well, stay with us. Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will join us for our first alert weather forecast and let us know if rain remains in our weather pattern. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Hello, Mom.
Amanda's mom's appointment just got rescheduled for today. Amanda needs Right at Home. Our customized care plan provides as much or as little help as her mom requires, whether it's a ride to the doctor or help around the house.
Oh, of course. Tom, I am really sorry. I've got to go.
Look, call Right at Home. Get the right care right at home.
My California Closets experience has been wonderful. My mother's a huge inspiration. Before she passed away, she would say, you should do something special for yourself. First time I saw my closet, I immediately thought, this is the best thing I've ever done for myself. I call it my Tiffany style closet. I mean, I can shop in my own closet every day. I love that. My name is Cynthia, and this is my California Closets story.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Subaru vehicles hold their value better than any other brand for 2018, according to ALG. And Subaru is Kelley Blue Book's most trusted brand for 4 years running. The Subaru Impreza is an IIHS top safety pick for 11 years running. Lease a new Subaru Impreza today for just $155 a month. Or get 0% financing with 0 down. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Since 2004, Embracing Our Differences has used the power of art and education to promote diversity. One way it accomplishes this is through its annual outdoor exhibition of 45 billboard-sized works of art, each accompanied by an inspirational quote. Join us in creating a community that is inclusive for all, where differences are embraced and individuality is celebrated. We invite you to celebrate the voices and visions of diversity and inclusion at this year's exhibit at Sarasota's Island Park.
Watch ABC7 wherever you are. Just search ABC7 on your streaming device to keep up with the Suncoast from the comfort of your couch. Download ABC7 now to watch us on TV anytime you want. ABC7, we're here for you wherever you are.
Well, nice and dry today.
surprisingly.
It was nice.
I enjoyed it.
You know, we are looking at several different models, and all the models indicating that showers are coming in from the Gulf of Mexico. And I know John had said it this morning too. We get some in the afternoon and evening, but they're just not happening. Dry air filtered in, so I think they need to tweak those models a little bit. You know, I saw that dry air a couple days ago too, and it was kind of wrapping around in it. And it's the same kind of dry air that shut down Irma when it came up the Florida interior spine there. We are looking at some great photos. These were from showers that were around yesterday, and we did have the rain yesterday. Dylan John got this one, and a nice rainbow over Sarasota Bay. This one from the airport in Venice as the storms were rolling in. Bill Shaw sending this one in too. I want to show those delightful photos there. This one from a pilot flying in right there on the runway at Sarasota Airport. He's got the front seat, obviously. He must be the pilot. I think that's what he said. And then a double rainbow shot from Matt Smith. Matt Art there, and I appreciate that. Appreciate all the shots. And get a look at the wave action. A little high. Seas running 2 to 3 feet. There were some advisories as far as caution goes exercised out there due to that wind. That was kind of windy, up to 15 to 20 miles an hour at times. And looks like that wind associated with this area of low pressure, which continues now to move into the panhandle of Florida. So it's moving further away from us. We're still getting that draw from the southwest, and that moisture availability is still around. Despite the dry air in the upper levels of the atmosphere, there's still plenty of moisture at the surface, and you can see some of those storms really popping up here and pushing to the northeast. Some showers down to the south in the Charlotte Harbor, pushing off to the northeast, but nothing really going on here in Manatee and Sarasota counties. I do believe it will be back, though, later tonight and after midnight specifically, as well as right around sunrise tomorrow, as there's still some energy out here that will feed our way. But you'll notice these showers have been around. They kind of weaken as they push in to that drier air that wrapped around into the west central coast of Florida. Rainfall estimates not all that impressive down to Inglewood. We had up to 0.6 of an inch of rainfall there over the past 12 hours. There's that dry air I mentioned. You can see a close-up look of it. It's still over Hillsborough, Pinellas, also into Polk County, Manatee, and Sarasota counties, although it's lessening somewhat down here. And we will see a chance for a few storms. The Futurecast is showing that later on tonight. This is at 1 a.m. Again, a possibility, some rumble of thunder. And then in the morning, just after sunrise, a chance. And you'll see the main development there inland pushing off to the north. Now, this is going to be the case on Thursday and Friday. But by Saturday, we're going to get back to an east to southeasterly wind, which will push those storms toward the coast in the afternoon and evening. So a better chance to get some more coastal showers, I think, on Saturday and Sunday with a lot of tropical moisture down to our south. You can see another flare-up of storms south of Cuba. This is not the area that we're too concerned about, but long-range models, we've been watching them for the past week now, and the GFS continues to want to spin something up down here in the Western Caribbean Sea and then take it off toward Florida next week, not this week, but next week. And you can see the water temperatures are warmer down here, much warmer into the mid-80s, as you see right there. So they have a better chance of developing. Water temperatures by us are marginal at best, mid to upper 70s there. And the reason why the Pacific starts a little earlier than we do, they have water temperatures already near 90 degrees. We'll get there, but that usually doesn't happen until at the end of July. Those winds will stay out of the south tomorrow and southwest, bringing some moisture our way, a shower or two, as I said, in the morning hours, and then again in the afternoon and evening. Currently, we have 82 degrees, the humidity at 71%, winds are out of the southwest at 15, and the pressure 29.92. 85 today, the high, 70 was the low, and as far as the rainfall goes, 1,500 of an inch of rainfall at the Sarasota Bradenton Airport. Here's the forecast as it looks for boaters tomorrow. Scattered storms, south winds at 15 knots, and seas will be 2 to 3 feet. With a moderate chop out there. The 7-day forecast, 40% chance for rain tomorrow, and then a 50% to 60% on the weekend. The weekend will be in the afternoon and evening, pushing back toward the coast. Those could be a little bit more intense and could give us a better chance for coastal showers and storms. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Bob. Doctors are prescribing opioids so dangerous that the federal government requires additional certification.
But a Raycom national investigation discovered Big Pharma is administering regulatory control with the government's blessing.
Here's Lee Zurich with Licensed to Pill.
Headlines broadcasting big penalties.
McKesson has agreed to pay the U.S. government a record $150 million fine.
During the country's deadly opioid epidemic, the nation's largest drug distributor faces mounting lawsuits, sanctions, a company in the headlines for the wrong reasons.
McKesson Corporation overcharged them for drugs supplied to Medicaid patients.
But while the federal government has accused McKesson Corporation of suspicious business practices,
it sort of shocks your conscience.
In 2012, the same federal government entrusted McKesson to begin overseeing a program responsible for regulating whether doctors properly prescribe the most dangerous opioids on the market.
Does that really make sense? No, it's given the inmates the keys to the to the jail doors.
About 7 years ago, the FDA approved what's called the Turf REMS program to prevent misuse and abuse of fast-acting fentanyl drugs, which can be up to 100 times more powerful than morphine. The Turf REMS website says these drugs are indicated only for the management of breakthrough pain in adult cancer patients who are already taking opioids.
The purpose of the Turf REMS program is to make sure that these drugs stay only with those that it's indicated for and it's proven safe for. And that has not happened. And having McKesson oversee it certainly is not going to serve that purpose.
Hollowell's client, Dina Demarest, may help explain why.
That should be dead. I never really said it out loud.
Following a minor surgery, a family friend referred Demarest to New York City doctor Jeffrey Goldstein, who prescribed her a powerful fentanyl spray for cancer pain, Subsys. Demarest never had cancer.
From what he was giving me, people died from a lot less.
Subsys is one of 10 drugs in the Turf REMS program. Program guidelines require doctors and their patients to both review and sign this form, which warns them of the seriousness of the Turf REMS drug.
Have you ever seen a form like this?
No.
You've never seen this?
That form part of the program administered by McKesson.
McKesson declined our request for an on-camera interview. They wouldn't tell us if Goldstein or any other doctor has been sanctioned. In an email, McKesson did write the requirements of a REMS program are developed jointly by the manufacturers and the FDA, with ultimate approval resting with the FDA. The FDA also declined our request for an interview. The FDA admits to a hands-off approach to the program. They don't even know the names of the doctors Turf REMS certified.
The FDA is aware of serious concerns about drugs prescribed in this program. Its own website shows harmful reactions from patients given these potent drugs to treat relatively minor medical issues like migraines. With McKesson administering the program in a 3-year period, Turf REMS brand name prescriptions in Medicare more than doubled. A company handed the keys to an opioid oversight program with the blessing of the federal government that also fined McKesson a record $150 million for fueling the opioid epidemic.
A federal grand jury indicted Goldstein in March for prescribing Subsys for kickbacks from the drug maker Insys.
Goldstein was not charged specifically for any Turf REMS violations. Goldstein and Insys did not return a message for comment.
We'll have a more in-depth look into that investigation tonight on ABC 7 News at 7.
Tonight, the historic summit in jeopardy. Will he walk away? How would President Trump respond? Plus, the new volcano warning. Will Hawaii's next eruption be the big one? World News Tonight with David Muir, America's most watched newscast.
I heard about the Dotole Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotole Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was and some additional cancers that were not found during the biopsy. I would recommend the Dotole Cancer Center. As a group of human beings, they are unbelievably great.
If you don't want to fall immediately into love, look away. If you don't want to awaken a desire for excellence, look away. If you don't want to be seduced, please look away.
Rediscover your passion for driving at Sunset Maserati Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
My credit score was not that great.
I didn't understand what went into my credit score.
It was overwhelming.
Do you want to attain better credit health but don't know where to start? Credit Sesame can help by providing you a free credit score.
I love the app. It's so easy to use. It's like having your own financial coach.
Credit Sesame broke my credit score down into things that I understood, and it made me think I can do this.
And the awesome thing about Credit Sesame, it's free.
It's 100% free.
You don't need to go it alone. Get started today at creditsesame.com.
Get all the local information you need before you leave home in the morning. Watch Good Morning Suncoast weekdays on ABC 7 to get breaking news, plus first alert weather and traffic focused on where you live. ABC 7, we're here for you.
Caught on camera, Sarasota County Sheriff's deputies working together to save a bird. The blue heron was tangled in fishing line within mangroves. The Sheriff's Patrol Bureau, Animal Services Section, and the Marine Unit all worked together to save the bird yesterday. The Sheriff's Office wants to stress to always dispose of fishing line and tackle properly, and that means you never throw it into the water. Glad they were there to help, though.
Yeah, a lot of times what happens is some of the anglers may fish there and get close to it and get caught, and they break the line, and the line's just sitting there. So make sure you go get that line if you do break it off the best you can. You want to get rid of that and put it away. We are looking at tough boating conditions today. The small craft advisory, not quite, but caution certainly exercised as a result of those strong winds out of the south. 40% chance for scattered showers and storms tomorrow. 50% on into Friday, with better chance for coastal showers and storms coming back in the afternoon and evening toward the coast.
Summertime pattern.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. Thanks, Bob. World News Tonight with David Muir is next.
Our next newscast is at 7. Have a good night.
Picking out a new ceiling fan? That's a do-it-yourself. Installing your new ceiling fan?
No.
That's a don't do-it-yourself. For ceiling fans, rewires, or anything electrical, play it safe. And call on the trained electricians from your locally owned Mr. Sparky. It's no accident that so many of our customers are repeat customers. Trust Mr. Sparky for all your electrical repairs.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
You want a Maserati, but you need an SUV. Why not have both? Levante, the Maserati of SUVs.
Experience it at Sunset Maserati Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
My California Closets experience has been wonderful. My mother's a huge inspiration. Before she passed away, she would say, you should do something special for yourself. First time I saw my closet, I immediately thought, this is the best thing I've ever done for myself. I call it my Tiffany style closet. I mean, I can shop in my own closet every day. I love that. My name is Cynthia, and this is my California Closets story.
If you're looking for the perfect trip that allows you to spend quality time with the family, then discover the great outdoors on an Alabama Black Belt adventure. Create unforgettable memories while hunting, fishing, or biking and hiking. Or play the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail, now celebrating 25 years. And while you're here, enjoy the flavors of the Black Belt. Book your adventure at our lodges or stay in the Renaissance Montgomery Hotel and Spa. Start planning an Alabama Black Belt adventure today.
Runs as Art. You know the name, you know the building, but do you know what's inside? Yes, Rugs as Art is Florida's #1 area rug superstore. But there is so much more. Amazing furniture, accessories, and art. All this and more. Come see for yourself. You'll love our personal touch and be pleasantly surprised by our affordable prices. Rugs as Art and more. There is so much more to explore.